Hi everybody, I'm Saki, and welcome to Leave the Review, Take the Cannoli. This is a shitty movie review show. We need you to get on Tony's level. First off, have 3 beers before you start. Then remember, every time Tony swears, take a drink. Every time Joe swears, take 2 drinks. Every time Tony rolls his eyes or looks bored, that's a drink. Every time Joe talks over Tony, another drink. Every time Tony talks over Joe, 2 drinks. Every time a dog pops into a shot, that's a drink. Every time you see a giant pussy, 2 drinks. If Tony yells at Joe, you waterfall that bitch and get another. Remember, if you drink wine, you're not classy, you're just drinking a little cheaper. And if you're drinking hard liquor, I kinda sorta hope this kills you. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Leave the Review, Take the Cannoli. I'm Tony Ranzani here with your main man and host, Joe, JC Compagna. Tonight we're going to review further October movies. Joe's doing your American classics, things like Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead Remake, Dawn of the Dead Remake, and The Poltergeist and The Exorcist. Am I right, Joe?
And Tony's doing the bullshit like...
Dead Snow. No one wants to know about it, but there are Nazi zombies.
Wow.
Anyone? Anyone? Nazi zombies?
I can't fucking wait.
Anyone? Okay, I'm also doing Zombie 2.
Zombie 2?
Zombie 2. Z-O-M-B-I. Because we're like, hey, we're in Europe. We don't need a fucking E. I'm doing Z-O-M-B-I.
What's that a
2.
sequel to?
That's a sequel to Zombie 1, except there's no actually Zombie 1, so it's a sequel to Dawn of the Dead. But it's not canon.
It's not Land of the Dead?
No, it's not. Land of the Dead came out in 2009. It's not George A. Romero. It's just something where the Italians are like, hey dude, we're going to go ahead and do this movie because it works for us and we can capitalize it. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Let me just bust this all down for you. Throughout Horror Month, here's what we'll see. The Japanese know terror. They know horror. The Germans know that's some fucked up shit. The Italians know gore. The French know how to surrender. The Americans know big budgets. The Canadians are not a real country, so it doesn't matter.
What's your issue with Canada?
Because it's not a real country and they all just suck. And you know what? I'm gonna be like, hey Canada, you suck, and they're gonna be like, we're sorry.
Yeah, they're horrible bastards.
If they mouth off to me, I'm gonna turn off the lights on them. They're not gonna be scared. So I really don't care. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do Zombie 2 to start off, and then we're gonna follow up with Dead Snow, which has to do with Nazi zombies. So let's roll with this. This is Zombie 2. The problem with this is a 1972 Italian classic.
Classic, huh? You're throwing the classic word out there,
I'm gonna throw classic out there. You know what? Because you haven't seen it.
Which one are you talking about?
Zombie 2.
Zombie 2.
Yeah, you can't rip on me. Unfortunately, you can't. Because anybody who's a zombie fan, anybody who's seen the movies that you reviewed earlier, I guarantee you, has seen this movie. This movie starts off in New York. This boat's all like, I'm chilling in New York. Y'all can't fuck with me because I'm chilling in New York. And these people bust onto the boat. And by people, I mean cops. Are like, what's going on with this? And then this one zombie pops out and is all like, I'm going to eat you. This guy's like, don't eat me. Zombie's like, I'm going to eat you. So zombie eats the guy. Guy pushes the zombie off. Zombie is shot, falls in the water. Unfortunately, though, he gets shot in the chest. And as we all know, are you all good over there? Can you all stop fucking rubbing on yourselves? So, zombie gets fucking pushed in the water. Zombies don't die because he's shot in the chest. As we all know, how do you kill a zombie?
Shoot him in the head.
Yeah, shoot him in the head.
Beat him in the head.
If there's a fucking zombie apocalypse, I feel like you could do more with a shovel than some of us could do with a fucking gun, right?
Mm-hmm.
Zombie falls in the water. But as it ends up, the owner of the boat is like this guy who's like, I want to find this out. His daughter's all like, I want to find out what happened to her. And so she gets on the boat. And a reporter gets on the boat and is like, hey, I want to find out what happened to your dad. And she's like, well, that's cool, but we're gonna be busted, so fuck me. He's like, well, if I gotta fake it, I'll fake it. So get on. And the next day they show up in the harbor. And they're like, whoa, we need to go to this island. And this guy's like, what island? And they're like, this weird island. This is not on the map. And the guy's like, well, we'll find that. So they all hop on the boat. They're like, boop, boop. And they go down the fucking ocean. And they try to find this island. And eventually, this one girl is like, whoa, stop. I know you want to cut me off. But this girl's like, whoa, stop. I want to take some pictures. This guy's like, well, jump off and take some pictures. She's like, I will. And she drops her robe. And you're like, she's topless. There's some tits.
Are we talking about Titanic?
Yep. And then she's like, let me turn around. And you realize that's some yellow panties right there. And she's wearing a fucking G-string. So all of a sudden you have that moment where you're like, ass and titties. Ass and titties. And that's
At what point is there zombies?
I'm getting there. Oh, actually, I'm right there because you have ass, you have titties, and then she jumps in the water. Before she jumps in the water, she jumps on all her scuba shit. By scuba shit, I mean she's like, wetsuit? Fuck that. I see a scuba tank and a camera. And my camera, this shit is like 6 megapixel, click, click, because you have to stop the boat for this. So she jumps in, she's swimming, and this tiger shark's like, dude, I want to eat you. And she's like, whoa, shark, you don't want to eat me. I'm going to hide. And by hide, I mean, I'm going to chill under here. And these sharks don't swim over me. I almost actually give them a lot of credit here because, frankly, I've studied sharks for my whole life. We're getting that during Jaws week. But I would not fuck with a tiger shark. But this tiger shark's like, we're cool. And she's like, I'm going to chill over here. And she pops up and she's like, there's a tiger shark and it's trying to eat me. And they're like, okay, cool. And she's like, I'm going to go back underwater. And this guy's like, I'm going to get this gun. And he's like shooting at it. He's like, smile, you son of a. And he keeps missing it because apparently he's got bad aim. And the shark goes after it. And she's like, I'm hiding on this coral. And this zombie's like, bitch, I'll eat you. And so he grabs her. And she's like, no, I'm going to rub this coral in your face. And apparently this is one of those weird zombies that feels pain, who's like, that sucks. He lets her go and she swims off. And she's like, I'm back on the boat, bitches. Like Justin Timberlake, I'm on a boat. And the shark's like, well then, zombie, I'm going to eat you.
So we got a little bit of Jaws, we got a little bit of Titanic.
We have movie classics. So the shark's like, I'm going to eat you. And the zombie's like, bring it on, bitches. Zombie's like, I'm gonna fucking kick your ass. The zombie's punching the shark, and the shark's like, I'm swimming around. And then the zombie rips a chunk of the shark off and is like, oh. And the shark's like, no, and he bites the zombie's arm off, and then they're like, this is stalemate, bitch. Peace. And they go their separate ways. That's why it's important.
So what point does the zombie fight the Crocosaurus?
Are you knocking my movie review?
Oh, God, I'm just trying to survive through it.
So anyway. Can I go on?
Oh, please.
So anyway, they get to the island.
Oh,
well, you actually... Wait until you're done. Wait until you're done. Just let me know. So, they do the island. No, the important things on this are they get to the island. This is actually where the movie doesn't suck. They find out it's a voodoo court.
There's a part?
John, how many times did you watch this movie?
Too many.
How many?
None.
Right.
Okay, go on. The important part of the movie.
Anybody that's actually a zombie fan knows that this movie falls in zombie genre lore.
Please tell me, everybody tell me how wrong I am and tell me how wonderful this movie is and how important it is that you see it.
Yep. Yeah, I'll tell you what. It's 2.5 stubbies, honestly. What it really comes through and through on this is it put a lot of things back out there. It put Felucci back on the map. Felucci is a very well-known zombie director in the grander scheme. He's Italian, obviously. This is a movie that started in New York, and those are scenes that were shot after the movie was made. because it brought in an American audience, or at least that was what they were hoping. There's only a few movies you can actually watch that sees the World Trade Towers in them. This was one of the movies where the loved one gets bitten. Obviously, the original Night of the Living Dead has that. Where the loved one gets bitten, and then the guy, as they're fighting everything off, can't bring himself to kill the loved one, and the loved one, of course, gets him. This is one of those movies that put everything out there, and it's done. The gore in this movie, it's ultra gory. Okay, this movie is banned in several countries when it first came out, etc., etc. This movie is ultra gory. The gore is exceptionally realistic. When they bite the jugular, the blood doesn't just spurt out, but it spurts out in heartbeats. And it spurts out in heartbeats of what somebody who's going through that would actually do. Like, not one, or anything other than what fat people like me and Joe would actually have for heartbeats. It's those little details that actually matter. This movie's, it's done really well. Is it stupid? Yeah. It's a shark fighting a zombie. It's that fucking stupid. But it's classic. And if you have to check this out just for the scene of an eye in a wood splinter, and if you've seen it, you understand what that means. If you haven't, you need to see it. But to go for just an eye in a wood splinter, this movie alone, that scene makes up for it. So it's 2.5 stubbies. You need to put this in your zombie or horror collection. It absolutely has to be there.
I'm surprised you didn't give it more than 2.5 then.
The reason I can't, honestly, the reason I can't, is just because Kyle bitching me this. He'll bitch at me this when he guesses it's not Night of the Dead. That's my problem. That's my only problem. But it is a great movie.
But you are talking, in all seriousness, I know I rip on you and all that, but in all seriousness, would this be like for the Italians over there? I mean, would it be an Of the Dead type of thing?
Oh, by and far. Quite frankly, this is, every zombie fan in the world knows this movie. This is iconic in the grander scheme of zombie films. For all the stupidity, for all this, that, and the other thing, and for record, this is a zombie movie where headshots don't matter. You can kill them for whatever.
Now, is there a lot of zombies in this movie?
There's enough. It takes place. Spanish conquistadors took over it. Yada yada. They're all dirt rising zombies, which is neat. So you're chilling. You're like, oh, we finally killed that, and then 4, 5, 6 right out of the dirt. You're like, oh,
or is it dubbed?
Everything I watch is foreign.
No, I know, but it's dubbed.
Yeah, it's dubbed. No, it's not dubbed. I don't watch dubbed. I watch subtitle.
Subtitles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would. It's some language that I don't understand off the top of my head. You give me French, I'll get a third of it. That's about it. But no, I don't know what language it is. I'm assuming Italian. No, wait, no. Fuck, you're right. This movie is very, very poorly dubbed. This is Godzilla dubbed. Okay, this is the version I watched was English, and it was one of the worst fucking things I've ever seen on that. But you give it credit because it's older than me. It's older than you. But I mean, yeah, no, it's fucking terribly dubbed. But it's worth checking out because it's gonna cost you $1 at your video store. Just fucking check it out.